I want to add my voice on the many voices speaking about the plight of the political prisoners that have been held in prison for the longest time, some 4 approaching 5 years, and others years and several months. Now all of you know that these people were arrested and detained without any crime. We challenged the regime, we challenged the judicial system to expedite their prosecution. They didn't. No evidence was adduced, but they continued torturing these people in prison and intimidating them. All of you know that because our leadership is so reduced, you've seen irresponsible people speaking in the name of the government and bragging about, pressuring and coercing these prisoners to accept the crimes they never committed. You also Balaam, visiting prisons beyond visitation hours. Many times I myself went to prisons, Chitalia and Luzira, and they blocked me from seeing these prisoners. And yet, at hours, sometimes past midnight, sometimes on weekends, Balaam and other regime apologists were allowed access to these people. They constantly told us that they were being coerced, they were being intimidated, and others being promised lots of things if they lied on themselves, if they accepted the crimes they did not commit. Ultimately, many of them accepted. Not all of them. There are still 9, including Machete, Kalanzi, and others that are still standing firm. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that we understand. I personally understand, and I believe most Ugandans understand. We understand these comrades. We know that they are so pressed from all angles, denied access from we, their leaders, who give them confidence and hope, and yet pressured and coerced, using the prison officials and using those that are occupying government positions. I have a strong message to those our colleagues still in prison, that we are still standing with you. We do not criticize you for weakening, because we know what you're going through. We even understand people like Sanya, who are coerced and intimidated, that unless they come out and put on NRM t-shirts and start praising General Museveni, they won't get their freedom. We know that the things that they're being forced to do or say are not the things they believe in. So I want to encourage all of you not to see them in a negative light. Don't criticize them. Don't abuse them. Don't insult them. Give them love. Give them hope, because they need it. They have fought a good fight, and they are still fighting. Keep your arms open for them. I want to thank our team that has been looking after their families, paying school fees for their children. I want to thank you very heartily for not stopping, and we shall not stop. These people are innocent. These were just supporters. The regime is doing this to intimidate anybody else, but they don't know that they continue to expose themselves. As for us, we shall not give up. I also want to salute comrades like Machete, like Kalanzi, and many others who are still in prison, and they are still refusing to go by what Balaam and Museveni are saying. Because they understand, we took time to explain to them, it is so dangerous for anybody to coerce you to accept and be convicted, not of any other crime, but terrorism. That means you are a terrorist. That means you are accepting a curse on yourself. This regime is so heartless. You cannot subject somebody's son or daughter to such a curse. They didn't. Supporting the opposition is not terrorism. If so, why didn't they arrest me?